Good morning, everyone. I want to call the Drainage District Board of Directors meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call.
Good morning, David. Good morning, David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Gandu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. This constitutes a quorum of 5. Would you please lead us in this morning's prayer?
Certainly will. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, everyone. Let's say a word of prayer this morning. Father God, I continue to ask you to fill our cities, counties, state, and national political leaders with wisdom, understanding, discernment, knowledge, forgiveness, faithfulness, humility, and dignity. We continue to thank you for the men and women who serve our community in leadership roles and also for their families. Grant them peace when their work takes them away from their families. Continue to pray for our judge and fourth commissioners that you've appointed to lead this great county of ours. We pray for our mayor, school board member, city council, police chiefs, district attorney, sheriff, judges, and all who serve our local communities. Grant them abundant wisdom, favor, increase their faith, and prepare them to pursue your excellence. Continue to strengthen them with integrity and character to act righteously. Draw them to you and cause them to know and fulfill your purposes. Continue to place people in their paths that will provide scriptural, sound, and godly counsel, for without your counsel, their plans will go awry. Provide them daily reminders of why they decided to dedicate their lives to public service and use that commitment to encourage them. Deal with our leaders by keeping their hearts and motives pure. We ask you to make our hearts pliable, willing and obedient to your will. Cause each of their lives to glorify your name. Lord, today we offer you our whole selves, our thoughts, desires, decisions, actions, hopes, fears, weaknesses, failures, and petty successes. We open our entire being to you, aware that you know everything already. We are certain of your mercy and of the purifying power of your penetrating, loving gaze. Father God, help us to confide in you and to always seek you first in all things. May we place your concerns ahead of our own seeking your agenda with all our heart. Scripture reminds us the more we seek you, the more we will find you. May we always and continue to seek you in everything that we do, always work as working for you. We ask this all in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Do we have anybody that signed up for open forum, Padre?
No, sir.
We'll go to the approval of the consent agenda.
Yes, sir, Judge. Approval of check register and payment of claims and bills, and then just everything else that has been vetted by my ACD1 team. It is in order, sir.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 5.
Yes, sir. Item 5, discussion update. General manager relates to pending construction AC projects. So one of the projects that the district's working on is obviously tied into United Way and the fundraising that we do for this great partnership that we have with a multitude of agencies that it works with. So I know last year we had a goal of I think we achieved around $93,000 for the county-wide. District is part of the county when it comes to that, and our goal this year is 100,000 strong. So I think we'll continue to support that cause, because during emergencies, like when we have the drainage events and we have the hurricanes, you have the American Red Cross, you have other organizations that come and help, and it's also funded through United Way or support through United Way, our local community. So that's one way that I think the drainage district could be part of that as well. So just wanted to let everybody know that we had the kickoff, the 2024 United Way kickoff this last Thursday, and then my chief of staff, Mr. Salazar, Jaime Salazar, will be working with the departments, coordinate meetings and so forth for the presentation. So all we ask is just an opportunity to present and let the people make their choice, and obviously we're very respectful of that. So and that's really all we have this morning, sir.
If I could just mention, Raul, I was at that meeting. Probably about 10 to 20 of our departments didn't even have $1 donated, which means that nobody was able to, none of their staff were able to donate themselves. So all we want is an opportunity, like you said, to make sure every department, all the employees in that department are able to do this, donate if they so choose. But they can't donate if we don't have a presentation.
Yes, sir. So we will work on that, sir. Thank you. That's all I have this morning, Judge. If I may, sir, may I go to 6A?
Yes.
Thank you.
6A.
The requesting authority to realize open gov procurement software in partnership with Alcon County through the existing interlocal agreement to obtain procurement cloud services for purchasing efficiency. So we're mirroring what the county is doing. We believe this is going to be a little more efficient for our operation. Be able to post everything online, do the bids online, read everything online, be real active and, interactive. So kind of marry the two. A lot of our vendors do bid county projects, so they should be familiar. And those that are not, we'll make sure we'll have an outreach, and I'm sure a training. My staff probably is going to work on that, so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 6B, discussion, consideration, action for Dow County District 1 to adopt electronic signatures via Adobe Sign.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 6C, discussion possible action to approve an agreement for escrow agent for bond proceeds with Texas Regional Bank, subject to approval by the Texas Water Development Board. So currently, we're requesting that be shifted to a local entity, a local bank. I believe we have a national bank right now holding that money, and it doesn't affect anything, our operation in any way or anything. I think we pay $500, and just not too recently ago, I got an email that we were delinquent on the 500, which it was, and we had made payment. Anyway, so it's not an issue of money. It's more of bringing that money locally here, so we can continue our local relationship with our local bank. So we do request action from the board, and obviously subject to the water motor portal.
So moved.
Oh, second.
Let me ask if you could also make it subject to approval by legal.
Yes.
The agreement.
Second.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Subject to approval by Texas Water Board and legal counsel.
Subject to Texas Water Development Board and legal. Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Requesting an authority to advertise and approval of the procurement packet for lubricants, antifreeze, grease, hydraulic fluids, and related products, RFP number ACD 1-24051-1106 AG, including the re-advertising of the project if no bids are received or rejected and the project is still required.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item E1, approval of payment of invoice number 16-2024 RD in the amount of $34,442.62 from the County Precinct 4 for pay period 16-2024, construction on the Rainbow Drain. And E1, should be E2, I guess, approval of application payment number 3 in the amount of $56,930.71 from NM Contracting, pertaining to construction contract C HCDD 1-23076-0305 HCDD complex M&O training facility. Project engineer Master Lua from my office. PO number 649184.
Mr. Singh, is that application payment number 3 or number 1?
Number 3.
Number 3, thank you.
Motion to approve 6E1, or actually both items under 6E.
Yes. Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
7A, requesting approval to closing documents parcel 23-27 as relates to project 23 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North and Texas Boulevard Project. Authority of the Chairman of the Board execute documents pending final legal review.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B.
You already told.
Judge Commissioners, for the record, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action regarding Drainage District item number 7B1.
Thank you, Mike. 7B1, approval application payment number 5 in the amount of $66,590.10 from Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract C HCDD 1-23056-1114 Southwest Wesco. Project engineer Mansell Dua from my office.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the
Thank you.
record show Commissioner Fuentes abstained from discussion or action on this item.
Thank you.
8A, requesting authority to advertise and approval of procurement packet E requirement specification plans from West Main Drain 3, Phase 3, 2023 bond referendum project number 14, RFP number ACDD 1-24059-1113 ESZ, including the advertisement of the project. If no bids are received or rejected, the project is still required. If I may, Judge, 8B, requesting authority to advertise and approval of procurement packet A requirements, specifications, and plans for West Main Drain 3 extension Phase 4, 2023 bond referendum project number 14, RFP number ACDD 1-24058-1106 ESZ, including their advertisement of the project. If no bids are received or rejected, the project is still required. 8C, approve application payment number 5 in the amount of $712,967.18 from Econ Group pertaining to construction contract C ACDD 1-240070319 South Main Drain Phase 2. Project engineer Mr. Alcindua from my office. And C, South Main Drain Phase 1 Budget 703, approval application payment number 5 in the amount of $349,222.09 from RG Enterprise LLC, DBA G&G Contractors, pertaining to construction contract. C, ACD 123-053, 1031 South Main Drain Phase 1. Again, project engineer, Masabil from my office. And then the last one, West Main Drain Budget 714, approve application payment number 1 in the amount of $55,800 from Blue Dot Site Contractors, pertaining to construction contract. C, HCD 124-026, 0611 West Main Drain, project engineer, Seguida Engineering. Recommend approval 7C, all of it.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We don't have anything this morning.
No closed session.
No, sir. No closed session this morning, sir.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for Commissioners Court. For those that were in the audience, a friendly reminder for those that have just joined us, if there is a conversation to be had, I'm respectfully requesting that the conversation be held outside and re-enter when the conversation is concluded. Cell phones, I'm respectfully requesting that all cell phones be muted, silenced, or turned off. If there is a phone call to be had, I am asking that the phone call be taken outside, and again, when concluded, re-enter the courtroom. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Good morning, David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes a quorum of 5. Today, we're honored to have a Marine that's going to lead us in today's pledge. His name is Victor Torres. Victor served from January the 6th of 2014 to January the 5th of 2019. He received the rank of Sergeant E5, and he currently works for the Hidalgo County Veteran Service as an Assistant Veteran Service Officer. Would you please lead us in today's pledge?
Thank you for having me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for your service. Next, we have Angie Chapa. She's the Hidalgo County Law Librarian that will lead us in today's prayer. Angie?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me the honor of praying for this court and to give thanks and praise to our Heavenly Father. At this time, I'd like to ask for everyone to please bow their heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you today to thank you for your goodness and for being present in this room. We pray and ask for your guidance and your wisdom. We pray for your blessing upon the gathering of Commissioners Court as they work for the good of the community. Grant them the clarity to discern what is just. Give them the courage to make difficult decisions. Lord, fill them with your patience and understanding to listen to the voices of those that they serve. Father, we ask that each discussion be marked by integrity, fairness, and a deep commitment that will allow them to work together, respecting the rights and responsibilities of all the people that they serve. Guide them to seek solutions that uplift the most vulnerable, protect the welfare of all, and foster unity among individuals in our community. Lord, please bless each person present at this meeting today with the spirit of unity, of peace, and understanding. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for your goodness and faithfulness. May your will be done here today. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you. Next item is the approval of the consent agenda.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, with your permission, I'd like to pull from consent agenda items 7A, my apologies, just switch classes, 7A 1 and 2, 11B2, 14C2, and 14E 1B.
Motion to approve the balance of the consent.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Judge, Commissioners, for the record, consent agenda items 7A 1 and 2, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and or action. That being said, I'm asking for the court to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Let the record show that Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any discussion or action on this item.
Thank you.
Thank you. Consent agenda item 11B2, there is no action to be taken at this time. Consent agenda items 14C2 and 14E1B. For the record, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Villarreal abstained from any discussion or action on this item.
Thank you.
Item 5A, proclamation for National Foster Youth Voice Month.
It'll be myself and Dr. Hubbard. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Olivia Gomez, Director of External Affairs for South Texas College. Proclamation declaring October as National Foster Youth Voice Month. Whereas there are more than 387 children and youth involved in the foster care system in Hidalgo County. And whereas there are approximately 78 young adults engaged in independent living services in Hidalgo County. And whereas Hidalgo County is committed to helping our children, youth, and young adults reach their full potential and live safe and healthy lives. And whereas Hidalgo County youth and young adults involved in the foster care system should have an active role in the decisions that impact their lives. And whereas Hidalgo County young adults with lived foster care experience should have a voice in advocating for policy and practice changes. And whereas Hidalgo County child welfare agencies support the development of a network of independent, community-based youth councils to give young adults a voice. And whereas Hidalgo County child welfare agencies are uniting to recognize the impact of youth voices. And whereas Foster Youth Voice Month is an opportunity for child welfare advocates to elevate youth voices to change their future and those of generations to come. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby recognize October 2024 as National Foster Youth Voice Month. Approved this 15th day of October 2024.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. At this time, I also wanted to make a special announcement and also thank County Commissioner Eddie Cantu for helping us advocate for the Hidalgo County Youth Initiative rental vouchers, Foster Youth Initiative rental vouchers. This is the first time in Hidalgo County history that there is going to be monies available for our aged out foster youth. And so we all know, I know that Commissioner Torres, you're a former educator, less than 2% of aged out foster youth will attend college. And that's because every aged out foster youth obtains a voucher or a tuition waiver. So the federal government pays for their associates all the way up until their doctoral degree. And so we know that the reason they're not going to school is because there isn't housing. And so for the first time in Hidalgo County history, we have, at the very minimum, $155,000 per year for 14 students. And I say students because we have some of our STC students here today that are taking advantage. Actually, Amanda, where is Amanda? Right here. So Amanda is our first Hidalgo County Foster Youth Initiative voucher recipient, and she is going to start the nursing program at South Texas College in January. She is the first of many to come, and this truly shows that this court cares about their community and all populations. And so at this time, I'm going to hand the mic over to our VP, Matt Hubbard, so he can talk about a little bit what we do at South Texas College.
Thank you, Judge Cortez, Commissioners, for this wondrous recognition and support on behalf of our President, Dr. Ricardo Solis, our Board of Trustees. We're very pleased to stand before you today with such incredible leadership that focuses on our students. Ms. Gomez has said it perfectly. I cannot improve upon her words. This is our heart and passion to help these students. And as she mentioned, the opportunity to help these students be successful, less than 2% actually finish college. So we have an incredible team here, not only from the college, but the community as well. Leroy as well, who's been an advocate. Judge Villalon, I see him as well. Lucy Ann Woltoff, and I'm going to introduce her in a moment. But we are so pleased with this voucher system. And I want to say that we were so fortunate and blessed to have Olivia Gomez now on our team at STC. She had served the county for years. And this incredible man standing before me, Commissioner Eddie Cantu, who has put a lot of his heart, his passion, personal finances into helping this population. And now, with this voucher system that she brokered, will give an opportunity to many of our foster youth, because it's not just about getting them enrolled in college, but it's making them successful, getting them better paying jobs, getting them on a path to success and higher education. And housing is the key need. Housing and basic needs are what they struggle with. They are very smart and intelligent students, as we see Amanda right here before us. We thank you for your support, and we thank you for your leadership as well, Judge Cortez, commissioners, especially Commissioner Cantu. And I will pass it along to Ms. Lucianne Woltoff for a few moments talk about Foster Angels.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us. Again, like you see here, it takes a village, and thanks to you guys for your support. Amanda has been one of our angel honorees at Foster Angels. We've helped her grow, and we're so excited that she is the first recipient for this housing, because this is what is important, especially with our aged out foster kids. On behalf of Foster Angels of South Texas, we continue to help our aged out youth. Those are our future, especially here in the Valley, and we cannot wait to see what great things happen for the voucher program. And again, we will continue to support Amanda. We will continue to support our aged out foster youth. And like I said, all these people standing before you, this is our village and this is our community. And thank you so much.
Before we end, we talked about that statistic, less than 2% of aged out foster youth will go to school. But the inspiration behind us pushing for these vouchers is Mr. Leroy Berrones Soto. He is an aged out foster youth, and he holds his master's degree, and he is an advocate for our foster youth. And so he is definitely an influencer and helps us do what we do to advocate for this population. So a round of applause for Leroy and Judge Villalobos.
Olivia, can you also credit the housing authorities that we worked with?
Absolutely. And so we are working with the Hidalgo County Public Housing Authority, with CPS, and we're also working with the McAllen Housing Authority. And so because McAllen is an entitlement city, they did an override so that we could use the Hidalgo County vouchers in McAllen, so that these students live close to STC where it's walkable. Most of these students don't have transportation, so
And
it
the
was
people that run each one of those organizations?
Yes, so it's going to be Ms. Adela with the Hidalgo County Housing Authority and Mr. Rudy Ramirez with McAllen. So I definitely want to recognize them. Thank you.
Great work. Thank you.
Everybody move that way.
I'm almost your height. There we go. There we go. I have that. I have that. Thank you. Yeah. I have that.
That was super nice. Next, we have another one proclamation declaring October 26th National Prescription Drug Take Back Day.
Good morning. Proclamation declaring October 26th as National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. Whereas National Prescription Drug Take Back Day is for every American to do his or her part to help fight the opioid crisis by disposing of unwanted prescription medications from their medicine cabinets. And whereas the Drug Enforcement Administration launches Prescription Drug Take Back program when both the Environmental Protection Agency and the Food and Drug Administration declare this a public safety and a health hazard. And whereas the nation is facing one of the worst drug crises in history with one American dying of a drug overdose every 9 minutes, and the rates of prescription drug abuse in the U.S. remain alarmingly high, as are the numbers of accidental poisonings and overdoses. Whereas helping people to dispose of potentially harmful prescription drugs is just one way law enforcement is working to reduce the addiction and overdose deaths plaguing our country due to opioid medications. And whereas Edinburgh PD, Edinburgh CISD PD, McAllen ISD PD, FAR PD, San Juan PD, Palmview PD, Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 4, Mission PD, Westlaco PD, Donna PD, Peñitas Public Library, Alton PD, La Jolla PD, and Mercedes PD each have disposal boxes for public use, collecting more than 1,998 pounds of unused prescription drugs in the last take-back in April 2024. Whereas the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office, the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, and the Unidad Coalition of Behavioral Health Solutions encourages the citizens of Hidalgo County to observe National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day by properly disposing their unused prescription drugs. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby declares October 26, 2024 National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day and encourages Hidalgo County residents to attend scheduled awareness and education events as well as dispose of unused prescriptions. Approved this 15th day of October 2024.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And thank you all very much.
Good morning, judges, commissioners. Special Agent Ariana Dominguez with the Drug Enforcement Administration. What I would like to highlight in a few words is that one pill can kill. Many people don't realize that opiates, we are facing an epidemic when it comes to opiates. Opiates can be very dangerous because they change how the brain works. And these changes make it very easy for a person to become physically dependent on them. DEA started the National Take-Back Initiation in 2010. We collect pills 2 times out of the year, once in April and once again in October. These pills are then properly destroyed, causing no harm to the environment. I would like to thank the Hidalgo County District Attorney's Office, our local law enforcement agencies and partners, and the HIDTA Task Force for their continued support and commitment in assisting the DEA with National Take-Back Initiation Day. The National Take-Back Initiation will take place on October 26th. This is on a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have a total of 7 collection sites this year. For more information on these collection sites, they'll be posted on our webpage at dea.gov. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you all for having us here this morning. So for National Take Back Day, it's in the name. It's take back our communities, taking back our communities from the risk of opiates, something that our DEA agents, HIDTA Task Force, law enforcement are all in the front lines of every day, ensuring that what we receive isn't laced with fentanyl, or that it's secure, or that it's safe. But it doesn't just stop there. It continues into our communities. It requires us not only educating our communities the risks that are involved with certain medications, prescription medications specifically, that are obtained either illegally or legally, in terms of needs. You know, sometimes people of low-income areas go to the doctor and they they get medication prescribed, but they don't throw it away once it expires. Why? Because maybe they don't have enough to afford more and they reserve it. But it takes us educating them that even though when a medication expires, they're not as potent and they should be disposed of, because sometimes what they'll say is my kid, they'll be like, oh, my kid went and grabbed my prescription medication, or let me give my child this because their head hurts. But comparing the body of a 40-year-old to a 5-year-old when it comes to a cold are way different, and the risk for that is very high as to the effects. And when we educate the community about things like this, not only are they more open to properly disposing them, but they are more open to learning more about what are the risks. And I think when it comes to creating a healthier community overall, education plays a key in all of that. And I want to thank all of you again, because I know that each and every single one of you has done a part with not just accepting this proclamation today, but with educating your communities about the risks of prescription medication, because it also involves keeping them out of our waterways. You know, most of the county is doing massive improvements to our water systems. So let's make sure that when we improve our water systems, we also keep out the things we don't want, like prescription medication that might affect our systems. So I just wanted to say thank you again very much for having us here, and to implore everyone to take advantage of these take-back days to dispose of medication, and then also get educated on them so we can continue creating healthier communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Between them. One, two, and three. Got it.
I have the mark.
Okay, next we have the proclamation declaring October 23rd and through the 31st is Red Ribbon Week.
Yes. Whereas alcohol and other drug use in the nation has reached epidemic stages affecting individuals, families, and communities across the nation. And whereas it is imperative that visible, unified efforts by community members be launched to prevent drug abuse. And whereas Red Ribbon Week offers citizens the opportunity to demonstrate their commitment to drug-free lifestyles. And whereas Red Ribbon Week will be celebrating communities across the nation on October 23rd through the 31st, with the National Red Ribbon Week theme being Life is a Movie, Film Drug-Free. And whereas businesses, government, law enforcement, media, healthcare providers, religious institutions, schools, and other community-based organizations will demonstrate their commitment to healthy, drug-free lifestyles by wearing red ribbons and participating in drug prevention activities. And whereas the community of Hidalgo County further commits its resources to ensure the success of Red Ribbon Week, now therefore be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby declares October 23rd through the October 31st, 2024 as Red Ribbon Week, and encourages everyone to participate in drug prevention education activities, not only during Red Ribbon Week, but throughout the year, making a visible statement that we are strongly committed to a drug-free lifestyle. Approved this 15th day of October, 2024.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And again, thank you for all your service.
All right, and just a brief background. In 1985, the Red Ribbon Campaign was initiated after the brutal murder of one of our own, Special Agent Quique Camarena. The Red Ribbon Week is the nation's oldest and largest drug prevention program in the nation, reaching millions of Americans each year throughout October on the last week. No other single drug prevention movement in history has made an impact on so many lives. While drug threats have evolved, most recently to illicit fentanyl, this has not changed the need to encourage everyone to live a drug-free life for Special Agent Quique Camarena. The Red Ribbon Campaign officially starts on October 21st and will go through October 31st. Throughout the week, DEA special agents will reach out to our local schools, along with our local law enforcement officers, to speak to kids about the importance of staying away from drugs and saying no to drugs. Again, I would like to thank the Hidalgo County District Attorney's Office, the HIDTA Task Force officers, and our local law enforcement agencies for their continued support and commitment in Red Ribbon Week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for recognizing such an important thing.
Sir.
Okay, the next one's a very special one to all of us that have worked with Eddie Olivares. We have a special proclamation for him. Eddie and your lovely wife, please come forward.
Okay, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. There we go. You can see those letters? I can't see those letters. The crew, all right. Go Eagles. Go Eagles. Hey.
Proclamation honoring Chief Administrative Officer Eduardo Eddie Olivares upon his retirement. Whereas Eduardo Olivares has dedicated an extraordinary 38 years to the field of healthcare, including 22 years of service to Hidalgo County, serving communities with unwavering commitment and profound expertise for the entire Rio Grande Valley, including the administration of over $600 million for 78 projects across the region. And whereas, as Chief Administrative Officer of the Hidalgo County Health and Human Services, Mr. Olivares has been instrumental in shaping the public health landscape, overseeing critical programs in preventative care, indigent health services, environmental health, infectious disease prevention, homeland security preparedness, and securing more than $88.6 million in grant funding during his tenure. And whereas Mr. Olivares' tenure has been marked by exceptional leadership during challenging times, including his pivotal role in coordinating Hidalgo County's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and his successful oversight of the $8 million Biosafety Level 3 Public Health Laboratory. And whereas Mr. Olivares has been a beacon of innovation and dedication, having held esteemed positions such as the President of the U.S.-Mexico Border Health Association, Chairman of the Texas DSHS Preparedness Coordinating Council, and member of numerous boards and committees, reflecting his commitment to advancing public health on both a national and binational level. And whereas Mr. Olivares' contributions have been recognized with numerous prestigious awards, including the Texas Medical Association Presidential Award, the Texas DSHS Preparedness Leadership Award, and the State of Texas Emergency Management Leadership Award, underscoring his impact and dedication to improving community health outcomes. And whereas beyond his professional accomplishments, Mr. Olivares is a devoted family man, having been married for 35 years to his beloved wife, Elida, and cherishing his roles as husband, father, and grandfather. And whereas Mr. Olivares' departure from public service on October 25th, 2024 marks the end of his distinguished career, but the beginning of a chapter filled with well-deserved rest and new adventures. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby honors Eduardo Olivares for his exemplary service and contributions to our community. His dedication has not only advanced public health, but has also inspired those around him to strive for excellence and compassion in service. Approved this 15th day of October, 2024.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Judge, Commissioner, with your permission, I'd like to say a few words. First, I want to thank God and His Heavenly Son, Jesus Christ, for a wonderful life, wonderful wife, who 38 years we've been together, wonderful family. But I want to thank this wonderful team, all of them, every single person in this room, including you, Judge Cortez, Commissioner Fuentes, Commissioner Cantu, Commissioner Varela, Commissioner Torres, Mr. Guerra. All of you were the pivotal factor in dealing with so many incidences, so many illnesses, so many things in our county. Could not have been done without the team. Without the team. More importantly, we serve a public purpose. Each of us in this room, and I know sometimes things are said, media says things, people say things, but you as elected officials, we as part of your team, our number one mission is to serve the community. That is our number one mission. Simple as that. It's the most basic level of community love and support that everybody in this room could be doing other things at another level professionally. But they chose to be here to help the community. Every single one of these members of our team. You could be doing so many more things every day, but you chose to be here to serve the public. And if there's one message that I like for everybody to leave today, is that I challenge all the youth and young people to step up and serve the community in whatever capacity. Because after all this that I've done, it's nothing compared to what's going to be done by the youth of tomorrow. Thank you very much. I'll follow your lead.
Thank you, Eddie. We're going to take
Okay.
Everybody stay here. We're gonna take one picture before. And I want everybody to start getting together here. Just before the stage for
Judge. No, no, sir. You'll be good. Oh. Good, good, good.
Judge, step a little to your left. Thank you. And, ready? Count three. 1, 2, and 3.
One over here, please. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
hold on just a second, one more question.
They just want you to look tall.
Make them look tall. I'm honored.
And Victor, hermano.
Got it, thank you.
One over here, please.
I miss him already. God bless you. I
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Commissioners Court, we'd like to invite everyone for a post-proclamation reading reception honoring Mr. Eduardo Olivares.
Well, Well, we're gonna break away from the agenda item, and we're gonna take the health department. And I want to say one thing about Eddie. Every time I call him, he says, "Don't worry, Judge, we'll take care of it."
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Judge, it's with tremendous honor that I'm here today to present on our last agenda items on behalf of Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. It's a tremendous honor to serve in this capacity. Item 15A, discussion and approval of the interlocal agreement between the College of Healthcare Professions and Hidalgo County for public health preparedness and response and activities. This is an agreement with our UTRGV partners.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, sir, pursuant to Chapter 121, Local Public Health Reorganization Act, Section 121006, requesting approval of the self-pay clients fee schedule effective October 21st of this year. And those fees have not changed. It's just the wording and how we communicate information to our clients, sir.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, we move on to next item is the Healthcare Funding District. Sir, we have not received funding information on this, but I will go through the action just for the record. Is item A, discussion and consideration approval to draw down funds for the Graduate Medical Education Program, GME, non-state 2023 private retroactive payment in the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission, instructions for the Local Provider Participation Fund, the LPPF, with a transfer date of 10/25/2024 and a settlement date of 10/28/2024. I recommend action on this, sir.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is approval of certification of revenue as certified by the county auditor from the LPPF, the Local Provider Participation Fund, in the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission. I recommend approval. Upon receiving that information, we will forward it to the auditor's office and the treasurer's office for review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item is approval of appropriations of funds for the Local Provider Participation Fund and the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission, sir.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Eddie, again,
Thank you, sir.
thank you, man.
I'd like to say it's a tremendous honor to work with such a distinguished group of professionals and leaders. From my heart, may the Lord's blessings be with you always. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. We're going to take one more item out of order, and that'd be item 26B. Have a report from Terry Crocker. You've got to get you back to work, Terry. Thank you.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. My name is Terry Crocker. I'm CEO of Tropical Texas Behavioral Health. With me is our Chief Operations Officer and Deputy CEO, Mike Taylor. I'm going to be brief today, give you some updates on some things that are going on with Tropical. Please feel free to interrupt me at any time. As you'll see on page 2 of your packet, and as you know, Tropical is one of 39 other certified community behavioral health centers in the state of Texas. Our catchment area is Cameron, Hidalgo, and Willacy counties. We are the designated local mental health authority and intellectual developmental disability authority for that area. We're established in 1967, and we're governed by a board of trustees, 5 of whom you appoint. And we leverage significant funds from a federal and state level to bring additional funds and services to the Rio Grande Valley. Part of our job is to help understanding and reduce stigma in the community regarding mental health and IDD issues. And on the next page, regarding who we serve, mental health crisis services are provided to anyone in our catchment area, regardless of eligibility. Our main diagnosis in our adult populations is schizophrenia and related disorders, bipolar disorder, major depression with suicidal ideation. And in the children's mental health population, it's basically any mental health diagnosis with significant functional impairment, as they're inhibited or have impairment on their ability to function on a daily basis. And intellectual and developmental disability services, which is mental retardation as defined by state health and safety code, pervasive disorder, and including autism. Mike, you want to talk about Hidalgo County on the next page of your packet?
We have facilities we're very proud of and through partnerships operate. In Edinburgh is our main clinic facility. We serve adults, children, substance use disorder services there. We have a drop-in center there as well. It's right off the expressway at Freddie. You see that facility, I'm sure. We also have intellectual and developmental disability services there and a drop-in center where adults with qualifying conditions can come and socialize with each other, gain some social skills and some other coping skills on a regular basis as a voluntary place to come and spend some time. Weslaco is our other facility. We have a clinic there as well. Both of these sites, as well as the other 2 in Cameron, we are dedicated to maintaining primary care facilities in there as well. I think Mr. Crocker will mention a little bit more about that shortly. But our Weslaco facility contains all of those clinic services that I just mentioned for Edinburgh, in addition to a conference center that's there to use that Tropical uses, and also community partners can access that conference center as well. On your next slide, you'll just see a summary of crisis services. You'll notice that we do operate and have operated a crisis hotline. With the advent of the 988 system, we made sure that that connects directly to our center. So as the 988 national call centers identify calls that are coming in for mental health crisis that need an immediate response here at home, here in our county, they connect directly to us for that. So we made sure that that's as seamless as that can be. We also, for those cases, will provide a mobile crisis response to the community for that. An important part of that is a partnership we have with our local law enforcement and constables' offices for mental health officers that can accompany our mental health professionals rather than having to wait for a licensed officer to secure a scene or assure the safety of a response. They go out there with us. So it's an immediate response with both mental health and law enforcement there. That's the reference here to the co-responder units. We have now added some additional partnerships where we place mental health case management staff or qualified mental health professionals in the police departments of Edinburgh, FAR, and Mission to respond to 988 calls that may involve mental illness. So if somebody's being dispatched by the 911 system, an officer from the department dispatches with qualified mental health professional. We're seeing very strong results from that. Reduced use of force, better outcomes, more safety for the officers, still very quick and efficient interventions so the officers can return to patrol. We also, for those that need it, will provide the crisis hospitalization. We focus on whole person care. You'll see on the next slide a comprehensive approach to care that includes not just the psychiatric medications, but also case management, skills building, primary care services, substance use services, because so many times someone suffering from one is also suffering from the other, substance use and mental health disorders. And we have a litany, long list of other specialty mental health services. Some of those specialty services you'll see on the next slide. We expand. We try to pick up where the VA leaves off with behavioral supports and support for families, not just the veterans, but the veterans' families as their first line of support, home and community-based services and Texas Home Living Funds and supports for those with intellectual and developmental disabilities, an assertive community treatment team. This is a team that goes out and literally stands between that individual and the community and having that individual having to be hospitalized. We bring the care to that individual in the community. It's a small specialized caseload of those with the most intensive needs in our community, and it's a very successful proven program. We also provide homeless outreach, drop-in centers, as I mentioned, and several jail services are also provided by professionals in our jail facilities.
I want to mention a few data points. The Judge and Commissioners usually like to see on the next page will be the first slide of those regarding our employees. We have 809 budgeted positions in Hidalgo County alone, 1,352 across our service system. 23 of those valley-wide are our mental health officers. As Mike mentioned, we contract with different law enforcement agencies, whether that's the constable's offices or city PDs, to pay for the cost of that officer, and they're assigned to us and are going out with our mobile crisis outreach teams, taking over for other officers that encounter someone with mental health issues. On the next slide, our services in 2024. Crisis line calls, a big part of what we do, again, as Mike was mentioning, over 14,000 calls we had for FY24 this past year. That's a significant number of calls. Our mobile crisis response, so about half the time when those calls come in, we're going out into the community, sending a team out to assess that person, see what their needs are, triage that crisis, get them involved in care, or facilitate them going inpatient if they need to. 274 times in Hidalgo County alone, we deployed 2 different school campuses to get involved with what's going on with a child or youth there in services. And crisis hospitalizations, that's when someone is going into inpatient psychiatric hospitalizations on a private basis, over 2,400 times just in Hidalgo County, and another 300 on top of that went into Rio Grande State Center in Cameron County. So a lot of work around that. Our mental health officers contacts, almost 1,000 in Hidalgo County last year, and 2,700 hours of mental health officers of individual in crisis in custody. Of course, that's a small part of what they do when someone's being detained. There's many other parts of what our officers do. On the next page, just our total contacts in Hidalgo County alone, 386,000 contacts, touches, different people that were getting services. The clients served, Hidalgo County, 17,661. That is an unduplicated count, so that one person may have gotten 150 services from us or may have gotten 2, but they're counted just that one time, so almost 18,000 people in Hidalgo County alone receiving services. Almost 1,500 jail assessment services and crisis screenings in the jail at 20 last year. As Mike was mentioning, we're very pleased to continue promoting our co-responder with police departments. We have 3, as was mentioned in Hidalgo, 8 valley-wide, and we are in Hidalgo County 27 different schools in which we have one of our staff that is based as office in that school to help that school out with whatever needs are going on, whatever students may be receiving our services.
Terry?
Yes, sir.
Can I stop you for just a minute?
Absolutely.
I want to go back to jail assessment services and jail crisis screening.
Uh-huh.
You know, we have a problem, you know, in that area. Is there an alternative other than taking them to the jail itself?
Absolutely. And in fact, one of the things we're going to mention about coming online in next year is our diversion center that's currently under construction and should be finished the middle part of next year. The state has gotten excited about that. We initiated that because the need was there, and we stepped out and started that process rolling. The state became aware of it and is now funding it for us. So we're excited about that. That's going to be one of the detour points that we have, but a lot of what we do is trying to keep people from going to jail that don't otherwise need to. If there's a detour, we work very closely with DA Palacios' office in regards to if there's a way to divert people into care as opposed to going into jail. That's a big part of what we do. As well as providing services when someone is in the jail. As you know, we have a contract with the county to provide that psychiatric care to the individuals that are there. So we have not only staff, but also clinical providers that provide that care. And then when they're coming out of the jail, staff that make sure the continuity of care, they continue to be linked up with us and reconnected with us when they go into the community to lessen the likelihood, hopefully, of going back into the jail.
Well, we appreciate it. Let us know if we can help in any way.
Absolutely. I will mention, Judge, we continue to need more mental health officers. Those officers that I mentioned, the 11 for Hidalgo, the 23 total, that's valley-wide 24/7, 365. As you might know, that can be a drop in the bucket at times. We want to make it even a bigger impact for the local PDs when they have to spend a lot of officer time dealing with a mental health situation that can become very labor and time intensive. Where we can, we go and take over that situation and deal with it. But with 1 or 2 officers on shift, there's very limited amount they're going to be able to do. We have an ability to match dollars, as or if the county has a way to do that in your ongoing budgets. We'd love to talk about that as an issue. Okay, so going on into coming up 2025, Mike, you want to talk about Diversion Center a little bit more?
Absolutely. So we're very excited about this. As Mr. Crocker mentioned, we initiated this, and then the state learned of our initiative on this and wanted to be a part of it. We are, as you see on slide 13 there, coming in 2025, a diversion center will open, operated by Tropical 24/7. This is a facility that's unique in the valley. There's a few of them across the state, and it is positioned in the intervention, in the spectrum of intervention for somebody that doesn't have a need for severe crisis intervention, but may otherwise go to jail because they're causing some sort of nuisance, maybe a trespassing offense or something similar to that, where the officer is open to an alternative other than jail. Sometimes there might be somebody in a situation that is in an urgent intervention need, but not an emergency or emergent need, that this will provide an alternative to either jail or possibly hospitalization where that might not be needed. This will provide a 23-hour observation and then linkage to care. It's on our Edinburgh campus. It's right across the street from our crisis intervention team if something escalates to that point. It's also next to our primary care and our behavioral health care, so it's right there at a hub with a comprehensive array surrounded by services that are available. Also coming in 2025, this facility is nearing completion. Our Milestone program will provide transitional residential support. So as a step up or a step down facility for somebody transitioning either from the hospital or they're on the verge of having to go to the hospital, and this might be an appropriate alternative. This will be provide 24-hour supervision, provide short-term residence for somebody who's ready to work on those life skills that will help them achieve independent living and keep that. So if they need some support applying for apartment or rental applications, things like that, life skills including employment skills so they can help get a job. For those folks that are on the edge of homelessness but need a little more support, or they've been homeless and they're ready to transition and take advantage of this. So we're very excited about that coming in 2025 as well.
So, Judge and Commissioners, I'll end with saying we continue to try to keep up with the amount of demand that exists in Hidalgo County, adding new and innovative services. We now have 58 different funding streams at Tropical, pulling in over $4 million in grant dollars this year alone. Again, trying to get every dollar available to keep up with the amount of demand in the Valley. I'm pleased to say that we are only 37% dependent on public dollars at this point, and that our contracts with the state, and that's a designed effort again to make us more stable and growing in the community. I do want to end with saying our thanks to Eddie Olivares as well. We've worked with him for many years. He's never failed to include us on things he sees coming for the county. It's been a very important part of us growing our roots and partnerships in the county area, and we're sorry to see him go and wish him the best. Are there any questions I might answer from you today?
What's your total budget?
$123 million annually.
And my understanding is 1 out of every 5 families here deal with mental illness situations.
Yes, that's correct, Judge, and certainly at some point in their life. And the more severe types of mental illness is about 6% of the population, and when we're talking about psychiatric, psychotic types of diagnoses. But yes, 1 out of every 4, every 5, at some point in their lives will deal with mental health concerns.
Well, we thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to next item will be open forum.
Thank you, Judge. We do have one participant, Ms. Fern McClarity. Ms. McClarity, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will, or 1 minute left, and I will start when you start.
In reference to the 2025 annual budget, the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approved $316 million budget while maintaining the current tax rate at 57.5 cents per 100 value. But despite keeping the same rate, property values will increase by 6% as a result of the county's expenditures. Commissioners, those of us who live in Edinburg have 6 taxing entities. The highest tax rate are imposed by the school district, the city of Edinburg, and Hidalgo County. There does not seem to be any urgency for a population that has 40% of its public living in poverty. No matter what happens, no condition will keep this Commissioners Court from taking their pound of flesh. All of you are from this area. You know the condition in which they live, and yet you participate in implementing a system that takes more of their income each year. If this was an individual or a private company, there would be immediate action if 40% of the population were excluded from your service. You would fix it or you would get fired, but not in the public sector. If you are elected, it just means that you think that you're smarter, and if you need more money, all you need to do is increase the taxes. You have created the scofflaw. It would work great, especially in a low-income area where people cannot pay their bills. If you were elected, you built a courthouse in the middle of a stream bed. You can tell the people that it will cost $150 million and keep working on it when it may pass $250 million. You can say, let us do our work, and it is not our fault because we did not build it, or I only know what they tell me. The Hidalgo County Commissioners Court is responsible no matter who or how it was built. You can't blame the people. They would have voted no. All we wanted is for our elected officials to stop spending so that they can afford the American dream. Also today, I'd like everyone to pray for Israel as they are fighting for all of our lives and our freedoms. Also today, I handed you 2 papers. Today, the county brought in, or that will be coming in, or did, with all the new revenue, which is the new property values, $9,642,397, and you still couldn't lower the tax rate by a penny. Last year, you brought in, with the new property, $8,742,411. Don't you think you could have thought about the 40% and lowered the tax rate? Thank you.
Thank you. We have no other participants, Judge.
Okay, I'd like to go ahead and go to purchasing now. We have a lot of people here waiting for items listed in that area. Item 25.
Yes, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. For the record, Ignacio Mesco from the Purchasing Department. Agenda item 25A. 1. For Hidalgo County, acceptance of the scoring grids for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commission score or grading vendor submission with the recommendation by the Evaluation Committee members for Section 125 voluntary products. All the scoring grids are attached for your review. Staff recommend to approve.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, with respect to 25A1, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
The recommendation, Nachos, to approve it?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any discussion or action on this item.
B, requesting approval to award the agreement for each voluntary product unlisted. Staff recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Should I continue number 2 as well?
Yes.
2, discussion, consideration, and action in connection with the Cafeteria Plan 125 Voluntary Products Awards of company products and pursuant to the RFP packets requesting Commissioner score selection of agent or record for the award company products. Could you please nominate agent or record at this time?
I nominate Billy Keith from Edinburgh, Texas, with Keith and Keith.
I nominate Armando Garcia.
This is the agent of record?
Yep.
I'm staying with my same agent of record. Don't make me say that word. Puro aseguro. There you go.
I'm also keeping the same, Leti Garcia.
Same with me. I'm keeping the same RJG, Retirement Services.
Motion to approve the nominations as presented.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge, can we skip around, because we also have City McAllen here on 7, but I know we have the delinquent tax attorneys here.
Okay. We'll get you, McAllen. I was wondering where all those beautiful people were from.
Can we jump, okay, sorry, the next, that's
Take them next?
Do you want me to continue with number 5?
No, yeah, let's proceed with this, and then we'll come back to that.
Okay, number 5, a requesting extension from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, a personal or professional service.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A requesting approval of an agreement between Hidalgo County and Lineberg, Gogan, Blair, and Samson for the collection of delinquent taxes for Hidalgo County.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A requesting approval of an order regarding approval of contingency fee contract for legal service with Lineberg, Gogan, Blair, and Samson pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 2254.1036B, and notice provided to the public for legal services necessary to collect delinquent taxes. Staff recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6A, requesting extension from competitive bidding requirements on the Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, a personal or professional service.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be requesting approval of an agreement between Hidalgo County and Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott for the collection of delinquent court fines and fees for Hidalgo County.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be requesting approval of an order regarding approval of contingency fee contract with Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 2254.1036B, and notice provided to the public for legal services necessary to collect delinquent court fine and fees. Staff recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Do you want me to continue with 7 as well?
Yes. Go ahead and finish, Nacho.
Okay. 7, requesting action to establish and impose the following deadlines for the submission of purchase requisition for goods and/or services requested, ordered, and rendered before December 31st, 2024 for the general fund and all other applicable funding sources with limited exceptions. On Friday, November 15, 2024, for all major purchases such as vehicles, furniture, equipment, and on Wednesday, November 27, 2024, for all minor day-to-day purchases such as office supplies. I recommend approval.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
8, requesting approval to award contract to Frontera Materials to qualify local responsive bidder for Tidy Hot Mix Asphalt. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'm gonna go back to number 4 that I missed. 8, presentation and acceptance of the evaluation committee recommendation of the responses received, including the committee consideration of the best and final offer from the highest rank responsible respondent in connection with construction management at risk for Hidalgo County Courthouse Phase 2. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be approval to execute the final AIA agreement between Hidalgo County and Noble Texas Builder for the construction management at risk for Hidalgo County Courthouse Phase 2 with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds, subject to legal approval. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25B for Precinct 1, requesting approval to purchase Solar Light for the Hidalgo County Precinct Number 1 Hike and Bike Trail Project through Hidalgo County membership with Bybor Purchasing with Fond Rocher Lighting America in total amount of $97,100. Recommend to approve.
So move.
To approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, a presentation of the scoring grade for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioner score for the construction for the Hidalgo County Precinct 1 Mercedes Gate Structure Stormwater Project. Do you wish to rank in the order of score?
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a construction agreement commencing with the number 1 rank firm, Clore Equipment, for the construction for the Hidalgo County Precinct 1 Mercedes Gate Structure Stormwater Project. I do recommend to approve.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, requesting approval to work construction contract for the construction for the Hidalgo County Precinct 1 Wellness Activity and Community Center project to the number 1 rank and responsible bidder NM Contracting for a total amount of $5,948,509 with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the requirement payment and performance bonds.
Motion. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be pursuant to Article 4.14 of the legal knowledge requesting authority to weigh minor technicalities for the submission of requirements of the RFE CSP received. Recommend to approve.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25C for Precinct 2, 1A, requesting extension from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Montgomery Code 262-024A for a personal or professional service.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioner score of films graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional service for on-call professional engineering service. Do you wish to rank in the order of score?
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate an on-call professional engineering service agreement commencing with the number 1 rank firm of B2C Engineering for on-call professional engineering services. So I recommend to approve.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting exception from competitive bidding requirements on the Texas Local Montgomery Code 262-024A for a personal or professional service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be presentation of scoring grade for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of Friends graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call professional geotechnical and construction material testing. Do you wish to rank in the order of score?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Chair requesting authority for the Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate an on-call professional geotechnical and construction material testing service agreement commencing with the number one ranked firm of Terracon Consultants for the on-call professional geotechnical and construction material testing. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, presentation and acceptance of the evaluation committee's recommendation of the response received, including the committee's consideration of the best and final offer from the highest ranked responsible respondent in connection with construction manager risk for McAllen Health Center Improvement Project. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be approval to execute the final AIA agreement between Hidalgo County and RGB Construction for the construction management risk for the McAllen Health Center Improvement Project, with authority to issue notice to proceed upon the receipt of the required payment and performance bonds, so as to legal approval and compliance with all the procurement requirements. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The pursuant to Section 3 of the legal notice requesting authority to waive minor technicalities for the submission requirements of the RFQP received. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
4A, presentation and acceptance of the evaluation committee recommendation on the response received, including the committee's consideration of the best and final offer from the highest ranked responsible respondent in connection with construction management and risk for Hidalgo Health Clinic Facility Improvement Project. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be approval to execute the final AIA agreement between Hidalgo County and NM Contracting for the construction management risk for the Hidalgo Health Clinic Facility Improvement Project, with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the requirement payment and performance bond, subject to legal approval. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25D for Precinct 3, 1A, requesting a section from competitive bidding requirements on the Texas Local Government Code 262-024A for a personal or professional service.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The presentation of scoring grades for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court on Friends graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional engineering services for geotechnical and construction material testing services for Hidalgo Precinct 3 Farm to Market Road 2221 Stormwater Project. Do you wish to rank in the order of scores?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The requesting authority for the Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service for geotechnical and construction material testing agreement with the number one ranked firm of B2C Engineering for geotechnical and construction material testing services, the Hidalgo County Precinct 3 Farm to Market Road 2221 Stormwater Project. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25E for Constable Precinct number 1. 1, requesting approval to purchase one 2024 Ford F-150 police responder vehicle through Hidalgo County's membership with tips from Sylvie Ford in the total amount of $50,212.75. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25F for IT Department 1, requesting approval to enter into 1-year VMware software license renewal through Hidalgo County membership with Omnia Partners from inside public sector in the total amount of $140,376.84. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr.
25G.
Amesqua, Judge, Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarty with respect to 25G1.
Yes, I was checking or talking about COVID vaccines, and we were just wondering how many doses that we're looking at, that y'all are going to spend $52,512. I know that there's been a study that says that the vaccines are not that good, and I wanted to say there was no backup. I looked up and it says this contract has additional viewing restrictions beyond the general MMCAP, so we couldn't get any information on this.
All right, so Ms. McClarty, I apologize, but I don't know how, I wouldn't be able to answer the dosage amount. I'll get that information for you as well as the additional.
Mr. Guerra,
information.
I can answer the question.
Can you? Okay, thank you.
May I? Yes, ma'am. The total doses is 400. 400 doses, 10 boxes of 40 each.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amesqua. Thank you, ma'am.
25G for Health and Human Service Department, 1, requesting approval to purchase COVID-19
Well,
vaccines.
we haven't taken action on the first one?
Not yet.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. 25G for Health and Human Service Department, 1, requesting approval to purchase COVID-19 vaccines through Hidalgo County membership with Minnesota Multi-State Contracting Alliance Pharmacy from Pfizer in the total amount of $52,512. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We're requesting acceptance and approval of the certificate of construction completion from Alamo Environmental, DBA Alamo 1, for relocation of ELSA Health Cleaning Generator with the final payment of $45,312.92, are recommended by Project Engineer Arrow Engineering. Recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We're requesting approval to enter into an interlocal cooperation agreement between Hidalgo County and the City of Mission for the annual South Texas Immunization Coalition Conference. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25H for Facilities Management, 1, requesting approval to award your order contract to Rio United through Hidalgo County's membership with TIPS for the Jackson Creek Dry and Metal Shed project in the amount not to exceed $150,350.86, with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Recommend to approve.
Judge, Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Firma Clarity on 25H1.
Okay, I had someone call and just ask what was this or what is involved in it. If someone can tell us. I told them I didn't know. It says ordering contract or whatever, interlocal purchasing system, so. Can someone tell us what that is?
Mr. Amezcua, could you answer with respect to the procurement process on a JOC?
Yes, at this time, what we're looking for here is just, we did a job order contractor to get replaced a metal shed for this building. Is what it is. Because of the time constraints, we're using this procurement method of job.
Okay, it's a metal shed, and it was more cost efficient, effective to go through a job order contractor versus the other process.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Amezcua.
Thank you.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25I for Chair's Office, 1A, requesting a session from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Morgan Code 262-024A7A, item for which competition is precluded because of the existence of patents, copyright, secret processes, or monopolies.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, acceptance and approval of the sole source declaration for Savior strains for any and all patented products to be utilized by Chair's Office with the said declaration to remain in effect while the declaration is in place or until revoked by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
She requesting authority to purchase 3 wrap safety restraint systems with protective helmets from Safe Restraint in the total amount of $4,707.12. Recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting approval to award Jory Contractor Hercon through Hidalgo County's membership with Bybor Purchasing for the boiler bowl replacement in the total amount of $52,465.49, with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment bond. Recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25J for juvenile probation, 1, requesting acceptance and approval of amendment number 1 to AIA document of standard form of agreement between Hidalgo County and International Consulting Engineers for Architectural Services, Hidalgo County Juvenile Mental Health Facility Project to include construction project management services and its compensation. Recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
25K for Auditor's Office, 1A, requesting a session from competitive bidding requirements on the Texas Local Government Code 262-024A for a personal or professional service.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, acceptance and approval of letter of engagement between Hidalgo County and Land, Sol, and Longhorn for professional public accounting service. Recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Mr. Amezcua, Judge, Commissioners, just for my own clarification, did you take action or did you present 25A3?
No,
Let me go back.
I don't remember taking
He
action.
did.
No, he skipped that one.
It was skipped.
Could you go back to 25A3, please?
Yes. 25A3, A, requesting approval of the solicitation packet for financial advisory services with authority to advertise and re-advertise if necessary.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting appointment of the evaluation committee to review, score, and rank the submitted response received pursuant to the criteria set forth for the solicitation packet. At this time, would you please nominate the evaluation committee?
My Chief of Staff, David Suarez.
I nominate myself.
My Chief of Staff, Jorge Caute.
My chief of staff, I'm gonna put Dr. Culberson on this one.
Did you do yours, Eddie?
My chief of staff.
Your Chief of Staff. Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the nominations as presented.
And Judge,
Hold it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
and Judge Commissioners, as we've done in the past, my office, and in particular with respect to the subject matter, DBM will be your technical committee for any questions and/or clarifications.
Want to go to yours, Commissioner?
No, I think it's the front of the agenda. 7A.
Which one?
7A?
No, that's,
Let's go to 7A.
Oh, I'm sorry,
it's actually
7B.
7B.
But I mean, you can go in order, it's only one item.
A and B.
You,
Just A and B.
7A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Juan Gonzalez, Economic Development Director. I have 7A, consider and take possible action on resolution accepting petitions for the creation of the Public Improvement District and the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone, setting public hearing dates, directing notice to be provided as required under Chapter 311 Texas Tax Code and Chapter 372 Texas Local Government Code.
Judge, Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Firma Clarity on agenda item 7A.
Yes, just got a question. What is it? This is something new, and could you just give us some information about what it is and what it does?
Sure, we have Mr. Jeffrey Earl that will answer those questions.
Good morning, Honorable Judge, Commissioners. Jeffrey Earl with Earl and Associates. So this resolution, if approved, just sets the public hearings in November for the creation of a potential TERS and PID that would support the Los Prados Affordable Housing Project. The county received petitions for the creation of a TERS and a PID on property in the ETJ of Mercedes, and those petitions are exhibits to the resolution you have in front of you. Mercedes passed a resolution supporting this project and calling on the county to assist with these special districts. The project is a master planned community with over 500 single-family homes, having an average sales price of $160,000 with park-style amenities. The PID petition for would have assessments for debt service as well as assessments for maintenance of the public improvements like the streets, so that will lessen the financial burden on the county. The TERS contemplates utilizing every dollar of revenue to fund a down payment assistance program. The goal of this project is to create a model that can be replicated using special districts to support affordable housing programs in the county as a way to close the wealth gap and allow more residents of the county to achieve the dream of homeownership. Again, all this resolution does today is set the public hearings, and there'll be a presentation at those public hearings in support by the developer.
Motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's a pretty novel item. I congratulate you all on trying to think how to best serve our people.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I've been an attorney for a lot of developers, and not a lot would do a project like this, but it's really special to be doing.
If you can answer just what a PID is.
Sure. A PID is a public improvement district authorized by Chapter 372 of the Texas Local Government Code. And it's kind of like an HOA, but it can levy assessments to help debt service and maintenance. And so in this scenario, we would be doing both.
Okay.
For public improvements only.
Within that community.
Yes, just within that community, that new development.
7B1, presentation of the annual update on the reinvestment zone number 1 for the city of McAllen. And Mr. Earl is going to be presenting.
Is there a clicker or?
No, just tell them to.
Okay. So speaking of a TERS and PID, this is a project where there is a TERS pursuant to the interlocal agreement with the city of McAllen, the county, and the TERS. There has to be an annual update given on the status of the TERS and the project at Tres Lagos. That's what this update is. Next slide. So here is the master plan. It's a little zoomed in there, but that was what it was originally thought out, and it's been built out quite nicely. Next slide. So this is a current aerial view taken probably a month or two ago. You can see a lot more houses coming in the back, as well as the commercial components coming online. Next slide. So the shops at Tres Lagos are really the first commercial component of the project. Very excited about that. There are 3 of the 4 buildings have been built and are fully leased out, and the 4th is currently under construction. Next slide. Here are some of the tenants excited to have there. Next slide. The home design studio from the exclusive builder is operational and a very unique experience to where you can customize your home in a really interesting way. Even though it's a builder, a home builder, you really get to feel a customized experience, and encourage all of you to take a tour there. It's really neat to see. Next slide. Some interior photos of that home design studio. Next slide. So A&M has been thriving, and they've been doing so well. They announced they're starting a new nursing school, providing more educational aspects to the community. And that has broken ground and is currently under construction, that new nursing school. So very exciting news there. Next slide. So Cascada is a first move-up community. There's about 330 homes planned for that. 75% are built out. If you go to the next slide, I think there's some pictures. Next slide. Aquilina is a second move-up neighborhood. 240 lots are planned there, and 40 homes have been built so far. Next slide. You can see some images of Aquilina there. Next slide. So this is an exciting new part of Tres Lagos, Belterra. It's a single-family rental community. There's 120 finished lots and 30 finished homes available for rent as a single-family rental. So very excited for that to be kicking off. Next slide. So you can see some images there. It's still being built out, and we're excited for that to come online. Next slide. Las Brisas, this is a entry-level housing, and it's going to be east of Ware Road. So it's the first project east of Ware Road, southeast intersection of Monte Cristo and Ware. And so it's, like I said, entry-level housing. There's 450 lots planned, and phase 1 is currently under construction. Next slide. Projected value. So when the TERS was originally created, the projected value for 2024 was $356 million. Next slide. And in 2024, now the assessed value is $421 million. The base value at the time was $1 million, so the captured value is $420 million. Next slide. So this has led to an overperformance of almost $66 million. Next slide. The total development costs to date have been $113 million. Next slide. The original improvement budget was $232 million. $65 million has been requested from the TERS, from the developer and the city in combination. And there's $167 million available for additional improvements, debt service, and growth. Next slide. So because of the foresight and thoughtful planning of this court, we now have a thriving master plan community in Hidalgo County at Tres Lagos that rivals, if not exceeds, those of other parts of the state. So the TERS is healthy and performing well. There's no action required as this is an update, but just thank you.
Thank you.
7B2, reappointment of Commissioner Eli Torres to the Reinvestment Zone Number 1, City of McAllen, Tres Lagos, Board of Directors for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 25 and ending December 31st, 26.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 8A.
Judge, can you bring up the city of McAllen? I thought they were in 7, but they're somewhere else.
No, I think it's
22.
22, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they've waited here long
Hold
enough.
on, let me find it.
22, Judge.
Okay, we'll go to item 22.
Good morning, Honorable Judge, Commissioners. Thank you for taking us out of order. I do appreciate it. The McAllen TERS 2A was adopted in December of 2016 to implement 13 drainage and road projects in a pay-as-you-go TERS. Article 5, Section E of the interlocal agreement that we have with Hidalgo County noted a start date of 2020. However, we all know what happened in 2020, and our construction got pushed back to a couple of years. Since 2022, we have made steady progress on 10 of the 13 projects in the TERS, spending over $1.1 million. And last night at City Commission, we awarded another project. It's actually a combination of 2 projects for $2.9 million. We do anticipate steady progress from here on. Therefore, we would respectfully request if we could amend Article 5, Section E to design and construction commencement to begin in 2022.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And then for B, we have your annual update that we're going to start doing every year now that we are making progress, and I'll turn it over to Eduardo for that.
You want to keep going on your study?
No, just this side.
I'll run through it quick. As Michelle mentioned, there's 10 projects. One of the main projects we have is El Rancho Drainage. We've started that project in design. We have an update. We spent a total of $109,000. The second project was Bowie. We have that. We already have a bid out to fill that site. And to date, we spent $623,360. The other project, which is closely tied to El Rancho, is the Country Club Terrace Drainage Improvement. That area, we have a lot of projects in the south side of McAllen, and this helps to relieve that area, and we've already spent $11,500. Dallas Avenue and First Street, we have a small drainage project to address localized flooding. The other project we have is Lindbergh Avenue Drainage. Again, this is a small neighborhood project, but it addresses localized flooding in those areas. El Rancho Roadway and Drainage Improvement, this is another project that ties into the El Rancho RDF. We'll bring in the drainage from there. The RDF has to go first, and then this project will come in after. Another project we have is Yuma Avenue Roadway and Drainage Improvement. This is a project where we're looking to expand and put drainage through that corridor. We have South McCall and Pine Ridge. This project ties in again to the RDF. We build the RDF, and then we add drainage infrastructure to those neighborhoods and bring it to the RDF. El Rancho Subdivision Drainage Improvement, again, this is another subdivision where we'll make drainage improvements and drain to the RDF. That is part of this TERS. The last project we have is Augusta Avenue drainage improvement, and again, we're making improvements to the subdivision, and we'll bring that to the RDF and drain that, provide relief to that subdivision. And Judge and Commissioners, we open it up for any questions that you may have on these projects.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
You want to finish your?
No, go ahead. Let's get it back.
Okay, then we'll go to item 8A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Rosalinda Cazdu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 8A, District Attorney Pretrial Diversion Program, asking for approval of the 2024 appropriation of Hidalgo County District Attorney's Pretrial Diversion Program Fund in the amount of $159,735.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8B, District Attorney Domestic Violence Unit Fund 1281. We're requesting approval for salaries and fringe benefits exceeding the grant funding of $86,755.68 from the fiscal year 2022 Domestic Violence Unit Grant Award to be reclassified to the District Attorney's Criminal DA General Fund account.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8C, the DA Domestic Violence Unit Grant. We're asking for approval to continue payment of salaries and fringes for all employees currently being paid by the Domestic Violence Unit Grant pending award of the fiscal year 2023 grant.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9A, the DEA Task Force Officer Grant. We're asking for approval of number 1, 2, and 3, authorization to pay overtime reimbursable under the DEA and Hidalgo County District Attorney's Office Agreement Terms and Conditions. Also asking for approval of certification of revenues as certified by the County Auditor for fiscal year 2025, DEA and Hidalgo County District Attorney's Office Agreement in the amount of $19,372 and appropriation of the same. Also asking for authorization and approval to pay straight time instead of banking extra duty hours from October 15th, 2024 through September 30th, 2025 to DEA TFO assigned from the Hidalgo County DA's office, employee number 208485.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Item 9B, asking for approval of 1, 2, and 3, authorization and approval to accept award G23SS0002A, supplement number 2, cooperative agreement between Hidalgo County and the Executive Office of the President Office of National Drug Control Policy in the amount of $32,500 for the grant period of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2024. Also asking for authorization for county judge as authorized official to sign grant award form and related documents. Also asking for approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $32,500 and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item 10A, County Clerk's Office.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, I will be presenting for the County Clerk's Office, Mr. Arturo Guajardo Jr. Before the court, we have requesting approval of the 2025 official bond and oath for Elections Administrator, Ms. Hilda A. Salinas.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item 11A, Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Captain Rocky Serna presenting on behalf of Sheriff J.E. Guerra. Item 11A, Sheriff's Office, fiscal year 2023 General Victim Assistance Grant. Authorization and approval to accept the General Victim Assistance Grant, VOCA, grant number 4218504, in the amount of $76,601.48. Effective October 1st, 2024 to September 30th, 2025, received from the Office of the Governor Criminal Justice Division, with authority for county judge as authorized official to electronically sign grant award form and related documents, and to approval of the certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the General Victims Assistance Grant and appropriation of the same, requesting approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
11B, Sheriff's Office HIDA DA Task Force. Approve the HIDA DA agreement of fiscal year 2025 between Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office and Drug Enforcement Administration, McAllen District Office, requesting authorization to pay overtime reimbursable under the grant terms and conditions. Approval of certification of revenues and certified by the county auditor for the fiscal year 2025 HIDA DA Task Force agreement in the amount of $19,372 and appropriation of the same amount, seeking approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
On item 11C, I'll be requesting no action taken.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 12A, Constable Precinct 3.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. 12A, approval to accept overtime funding agreement for U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, FY 2025, in the amount of $15,000. You want to read them all together? All three?
Please.
Authorization to pay overtime reimbursable under the grant terms and conditions. Approval of certification revenues as certified by the county auditor for FY 2025 ICE overtime and agreement in the amount of $15,000 and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second. Second.
There's a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, 12B, approval to renew interlocal agreement between Hidalgo County and La Jolla ISD for the FY 2025
in relation to the Stop Truancy Program with authority for the county judge as authorized official to execute agreement. Item number 2, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, we're not going to take any action. There's a correct need to be, the interlocal needs to be corrected, so we're bringing it back at next Commissioners Court. And we go to D, approval to continue payment of salaries for fringes of one senior deputy constable currently being paid by interlocal agreement of Hidalgo County Irrigation District number 6, 16, and United FYI 2024 pending award of fiscal year 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Item 13A, Human Resources.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. Erika Reina for the Department of Human Resources. Item 13A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable for the personnel items listed. I need action on item number 3, the budget amendment policy, personnel-related amendments.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13B for the District Attorney's Office, approval to award a discretionary step for the employees listed below in accordance with HR criteria certification as per section 8.03 of the Classification and Compensation Plan, effective upon Commissioners Court approval, and for calendar year 2025. This is a discretionary step 5 for slot 0172, ADA 3, discretionary step 4 for slot 0158, ADA 3, discretionary step 4 for slot 0017, 0014, ADA 2, discretionary step 4 for slot 0051, ADA 2, and discretionary step 4 for slot 0036, 0028, ADA 2. This is in accordance with policy. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13C for County Court at Law Number 3 or probate court, approval of the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval and for calendar year 2025. The action is to remove the interpreter allowance from slot 0007, the assistant court coordinator in the amount of $6,000, and add the interpreter allowance to slot 0003, a court coordinator in the same amount. There is no fiscal impact. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13D from ARPA for Precinct 1, approval of the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. And for calendar year 2025, the action is to create slot 0003, a coordinator 1 athletic at a grade 9. I do recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13E for the Tax Office, approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. And for calendar year 2025, the action is to delete slot 0005 and Auto Theft Fraud Unit Investigator 3 at a grade 14. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13F for the Health Department, approve the following action effective the next full pay period, October 21st, 2024. And for calendar year 2025, the action is to create slot 0005, a Public Health Technician 1 at a grade 7. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13G for the Veterans Department from the Mental Health Grant, approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. And for calendar year 2025, the action is a title change for slot 0001, a counselor 1 to a case manager. Both are grade 10. There is no fiscal impact. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13H for Precinct 4 from Road and Bridge, approve the following action effective the next full pay period, October 21st, 2024 through the end of the year, December 31st, 2024. The action is to add supplemental allowance for slot 0113 and equipment operator 3 in the total amount of $480. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item I for Constable Precinct 2, approve of the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. And for calendar year 2025, the actions are to create slot 0019, a sergeant at a rank 11, and slot 0020, a deputy constable at a rank 6. Judge Commissioners, this is due to data that was provided by Constable Cantu in regards to the current workload and workload from the past, as well as the current backlog in his office. I do recommend approval. This is in accordance with the law enforcement pay plan.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Rick, what are you here on?
You're on Head Start banner.
What?
Under Head Start banner, item 16.
Let me get him.
Thank you.
I have an appointment for the community representative by me. I'm appointing Victoria Vicky Cantu.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was here for.
Oh,
Mrs.
so moved.
Mrs. Peña wasn't able to make it. She's got a family medical leave this today.
Okay, wish her our best. Thank you very much, Rick.
Thank you.
We had a motion and a second to approve my,
Yes.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Mondo. Urban County.
Judge, Judge, Commissioners, good morning. Judge, with your permission, if we could jump to 14E. We have our partners from Affordable Homes of South Texas, Inc. here. Good morning. Judge, item 14E, Judge, Commissioners, item 14E is an item to authorize the judge and the Urban County Program Director to enter into a memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County, Urban County Program, and Affordable Homes of South Texas, Inc. for the collaboration of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Community Change Grant and, excuse me, and authority to execute all documents related hereto.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Judge, just, Judge and Commissioners, just as a little bit of background, I do have our partners here with us today, but as I know you all, what's the bottom line? The bottom line here is we're going to be able to build 20 to 25 additional homes for low-income families in our county, and that we would not have been able to do without this grant. And so we're very grateful to our partners who are going to be administering this grant and that are going to be working with us to do so.
And we thank you very much for that.
Judge, on behalf of Affordable Homes, thank you for letting us be here today. We've been partners with the county for over 19 years, and throughout these years, we've done a lot of great work together. So we look forward to working with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Item 14A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 362.024, A4 for engineering design and professional surveying services.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14A2, presenting the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of 3 professional engineering, design, and surveying service firms as graded through the Hidalgo County's pool of pre-qualified professional services and evaluated by the Urban County Program staff in connection with and funded through the fiscal year 2022 homeowner occupied housing rehabilitation program funds. Item number 3, requesting authority to negotiate a professional engineering, design, and surveying services contract with the #1 ranked firm of R. Gutierrez Engineering for the provision of professional engineering and surveying services for homeowner occupied housing rehabilitation program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14B1, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.0T4, A4 for professional consulting services.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of at least 3 professional consulting services firms as graded by and evaluated by the Urban County Program staff in connection with and funded by the Texas Department of Agriculture, CDBG Colonia Fund, 2022 Planning Funds. Item number 3, requesting authority to negotiate a professional consulting services contract with the #1 ranked firm of B2Z Engineering for the provision of professional consulting services for the Hidalgo County Urban County Program and Texas Department of Agriculture CDBG Colonia Fund 2022 Planning Fund project.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14C, requesting authorization to award and enter into a construction contract with Calidad Construction LLC, the lowest responsible bidder, in the amount of $145,327.25.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14D, requesting authorization to award and enter into a construction contract with Titan Industrial Construction LLC, the lowest responsible bidder, in the amount of $229,200.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That is all, Judge.
Community Service Agency, item 17A.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Jaime Longoria with the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency. Item number 17A is discussion, consideration, and possible action to allow the Hidalgo County Community Service Agency to apply for a grant Advancing Together initiative sponsored by the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. Judge, Commissioners, this is a $300,000 grant that would be provided over 3 years. It would allow us, number one, to expand some of the capacity that we have as far as case management countywide. It would also allow us to increase the collaborative effort that we have with the Prosperity Task Force. This person would be designated to work closely with the task force.
Now, is this to apply or ratify?
It's to apply, yes, sir.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And Jaime, thank you very much for your work.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. Have a good day.
Item 18A, Elections Department.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Hilda Salinas here to present to you today.
Hilda,
Agenda
you don't have to worry about anything now. You're bonded, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Agenda item 96922, discussion on elections updates. Just to give you, of course, a quick update, we are preparing for the November 5th general election. It is in full swing, working at 100 miles an hour to get this going. The first day of early voting is Monday, October 21st. It'll run through Friday, November 1st, excuse me. All 33 early voting polling locations will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., except for Sunday, October 27th. The polling locations will be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will administer 19 local entities elections. Of course, various mayoral, city council members, along with school district elections going on as well, and water districts. We are still hiring poll workers. Interested applicants can go ahead and visit our website at www.hidalgocounty.us/elections. The application is on our website, and they can print it out. They can email it to elections@co.hidalgo.tx.us, or they can drop it off at our office at 213 South Klosner in Edinburgh. That's the update that I have for right now. Do you have any questions? Okay, I'll go ahead and proceed.
Hilda, what happens if you don't get enough poll helpers?
Well, just to update you, sir, we do have 925 so far, and our goal was 1,078. So we're almost there.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so discussion, consideration, and approval of the Central Counting Station personnel for the November 5th, 2024 general and local entities elections. Presiding judge recommendation is Laurel McLeish. Alternate judge recommendation is Mr. Robert Fons. Manager and tabulation supervisor is Ms. Melissa Alvarez. Tabulation assistant supervisor, Mr. Josue Martinez. Also the recommendation for the Central County Station clerks, 28 Democrats and 14 Republicans, with the approval of 2 Republican alternates. Of course, as it is a November election, as per the Texas Election Code, the Commissioner's Court appoints a Central Counting Station for this specific election. Please know that the lists that were submitted were from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party chairs. Our office does recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
We do have one more item. approval of the November 5th, 2024 general election and local entities election services contract between Hidalgo County and the following entities: the City of Donna, City of McAllen, Hidalgo ISD. We do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Hilda. Veteran Service, item 19A.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission for the Veteran Service Office, at this time they're requesting approval of name, mission statement, and logo to be used to identify TVC Veterans Mental Health Program Peer Support Services. And it would be the Hidalgo County Veteran Services Patriots Support Center.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 28, Planning Department, Mr. Modeste.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Item 20A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve Hidalgo County Planning Department fee schedule effective January 1st, 2025. Back in July, we had approved increase to our industrial fees, and we've done fairly well. Extremely well since then. And this is just an increase to our department fees to be competitive with our surrounding counties and some of the cities around us, but still remain the lowest and affordable for all our constituents. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Anthony. Item 21A, Commissioner Fuentes.
Thank you, Judge. Requesting approval to accept the counteroffers to purchase a tract of land known as parcel number 76 associated with the Mile 6 West Road Improvement Project, with authority from the county judge to sign the administration evaluation and approval form. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cantu, item 22B.
Requesting approval to accept the Energy Efficiency Conservation Block Grant, municipally owned building energy efficiency retrofit program. Grant award in the amount of $48,000 for the period ending August 31st, 2025, with authority for myself to execute all grant-related documents. Motion approved.
Second. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'll read 2 and 3 together. Requesting approval to enter an interlocal agreement between the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, State Energy Conservation Office, and Hidalgo County through agreement CM 24101 FY24, effective upon signature of Comptroller's Office and ending on August 31st, 2025. And 3, requesting approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the grant award in the amount of $48,000 and appropriation of the same. Motion to approve 2 and 3.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
22C, requesting approval to accept counteroffers to purchase tracts of land known as parcel 72, 97, 98, and 99, associated with the Precinct 2 Cesar Chavez Road Project from Business 83 to Nolana Loop, the authority for the county judge to sign administrative evaluation and approval forms. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 23A, Commissioner Torres.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Valinda Reyes, Precinct 4. Item 23A, requesting approval of the ECISD, or Edinburgh Consolidated Independent School District, hold harmless agreement for the purpose of a public involvement meeting at the Escandon Elementary School in connection to the East Trenton Road project in Precinct 4, with authorization for Precinct 4 County Commissioner Eli Torres to sign the document.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 24A, Budget and Management.
Yes, thank you, Judge, Commissioners. Item 24A, requesting approval to submit the fiscal year 2025 Hidalgo County Formula Grant Program application and approval for county judge to sign county resolution. I recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24B, discussion, consideration, and approval to enter into a contract renewal of the participating entity services agreement for the statewide automated victim notification service between Hidalgo County and APRIS Insights for fiscal year 2025. and authority for county judge as authorized official to execute agreement. Recommend approval.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24C, discussion, consideration, and approval of AEP contribution in aid of construction agreement for the installation of 3 streetlights for Doolittle Estates located in precinct number 4. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24D1, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the use of ARPA funds on the Hidalgo County Public Safety COVID-19 response. I recommend approval.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24D2, I'll be reading A and B. Discussion, consideration, and action to approve the use of ARPA funds on the Hidalgo County Precinct 2 Christian Maynard's Affordable Housing Development Project and to include it under the Hidalgo County American Rescue Plan Act housing program. And with B, requesting approval of the MOU between Hidalgo County and the RGV Inclusive Project, DBA Christian Maynard, with authority for county judge as authorized official to sign the agreement. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
24D3, I'll be going through A and B and C individually for action. A, approval of ARPA budget revisions as per Exhibit A. Recommend approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
24D3B, approval of updated project description for the Hidalgo County Precinct 3 5K Mansion Linear Park Trail. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And lastly, 24D3C, approval of the First Amendment to the agreement between Hidalgo County and St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church and updated project description. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
You want to go to executive session or take
Yes, sir,
care of
Judge.
this? Pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, we're going to be retiring to closed session to discuss items listed under Code Section 551.071, .072, and .087. I have a motion to do so.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 1 minute after noon. Okay, we're back from closed session. I have 40 minutes after 12. We do have some action items.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. Under open session, item 29, real estate acquisition appropriation for same, there's no specific action to be taken. 29B, pending and or potential litigation, no specific action to be taken. 29C, pending and or potential litigation, county roads and infrastructure. Judge, Commissioners, I will refer back to item 28A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code, Section 262024A4, a professional service for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 28B, again, specific to item 29C. 28B is engagement with the firm of Locke Lord for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation and authority to submit letter of engagement subject to compliance with House Bill 1295.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 29D, request for waiver of possible conflict by attorneys representing the city of Edinburgh in legal matters related to the county of Hidalgo. Judge, Commissioners, as discussed, in closed executive session, will proceed as directed, as well as authority for myself to sign any and all appropriate documentation.
So move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 29E, cause number C 3174-24-I, Luis Moreno and mother Maria Carmen Moreno as next of friend of Luis Moreno, a disabled individual, versus City of Ed Couch et al. Judge Commissioners, there's no specific action to be taken. I will proceed as directed.
So moved.
No action.
Oh, no.
29F, cause number C-4577-24-F, Damian Ray Vela versus County of Hidalgo and Alejandro Hinojosa. Judge Commissioners, for the record, we will be assigning this case to Mr. Victor Garza with the District Attorney's Office Civil Division for, on behalf of Hidalgo, for Hidalgo counties.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 29G, H and I as follows. 29G, claim of Ana Laura Rodriguez. Judge Commissioners, I'd like Settlement Authority to make an offer in the amount of $920.13.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 29H, claim of Elida Bautista. Judge Commissioners, I'd like Settlement Authority to make an offer in the amount of $10,838.09.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 29I, claim of Adolfo Guerra. Judge Commissioners, I'd like Settlement Authority to make an offer in the amount of $200.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, there is no action or no need for item 30 closed or item 31 open session. Before we adjourn, our next Commissioners Court session is October 29th, Tuesday, October 29th. That will be a morning session. 9:30 Drainage District, 10 a.m. Commissioners Court.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners.
No, we're not going to approve the holiday schedule?
I'm sorry?
The holiday schedule?
Oh, my apologies. I got so tied up. Yes.
Did we already close?
No, we haven't voted.
No, there was no vote on the adjournment. I'm sorry, that's right. Going back to executive office, item,
C and D I have, that we haven't,
yes, my apologies. I got a little ahead of myself there. Item 26A, 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's no action and/or discussion for this week. 26B has already been acted on or has already been presented. 26C, requesting approval to transfer funds from County General Fund to Head Start Program in connection with an auto accident reimbursement received from State Farm Insurance Company in the amount of $14,602.20, with authority for County Treasurer to issue payment via check or wire transfer after review and auditing procedures are completed by our County Auditor. I am recommending approval.
Motion to approve.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 29D is approval of the 2025 holiday schedule. Judge Commissioners, before you have the holiday schedule. They've been updated to reflect the change in the dates, as every year they change. I'm recommending approval.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion made.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you.